All right, Josh Steinley here with Influencer Inc. for the Daily Tip. And today we're going to talk about automating your social media somewhat. I don't believe in full social media automation because if we're automating everything, then we're a bunch of bots talking to a bunch of bots. Nobody's actually doing anything. And then we have to start all over again. So we're not talking about full automation, but we're talking about getting the content that we have as influencers to the people who want that information in the way that they want to get that information. So you'll notice the format's a little bit different here today. I've got my screen showing up and me down in the corner there. And we're looking at the brand new Twitter profile for the Influencer Inc. Twitter profile, Twitter presence. So we just started this the other day. In fact, I think it may have been 24 hours at this point. Got 181 followers, that's great. I've only got 13 tweets out there so far. So I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, okay, I got 13 tweets. Now, what kind of content am I going to put up here? So I can take content that I'm creating. So I created this video the other day, right? How to get started as an influencer today. So I've got my YouTube video here and I can copy and paste this URL. And I can put this into a tweet here, right? And I can say, how to get started as an influencer today. I can copy and paste this text right here. How to get started as an influencer. I'll put in a hashtag on that influencer part there. How to get started as an influencer today. And then I've got that video there, and maybe I'll put like marketing, another hashtag on there, something like that. So, and why don't I just tag myself too? So, by Josh Steinley. Okay, so there, giving myself credit. And in the future, we'll have other experts, and we're sharing their content here, and we'll tag them. So now I've got this tweet to go out, right? So I click tweet, and there it goes. I've got my YouTube post. It's now up on the Influencer Inc. Twitter profile. People can play the video there. They can watch it. That's great, right? Except how many people are actually going to see this tweet? So first off, where I am, it's 2:45 p.m., but I'm in Shenzhen, China. That means on the East Coast, it's about 2:45 a.m., the East Coast of the United States. So a lot of my audience is asleep right now. And they're going to wake up, and they might be following 5,000 people on Twitter, and they're going to never see this post that I put out there, not unless they follow hardly anybody on Twitter. So the chance of somebody from my audience seeing this post is really, really low. Chances are this post is going to be seen by maybe 4 people. So, but this content is still going to be good 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, certainly 2 or 3 days from now. So how can I put this content in front of my audience more and ensure that it gets in front of my audience when they want to see it? So this is where this really useful website comes in handy, and it's called MeetEdgar.com. I'll put all these links and everything in the notes for the YouTube video, so it'll be easy to get. So MeetEdgar.com, I'll just call it Edgar. So Edgar is a way for you to create a library of content, and then you can cycle through that library of content and keep posting it. And when it reaches the end of that library, it just starts posting it over again. You can set a schedule, you can set this all up, and I'm going to show you how. In fact, I'm going to show you how to add a profile first. So I've already got this going for some of my other social media profiles here. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to say, okay, I want to add another account. I'm going to connect another account, and it's the Twitter account for Influencer Inc. So then it asks me to authorize the app. So I'm going to say yes, let's authorize that. All right, now it goes back to Edgar. No, I don't really want to tweet about Edgar, but now I've got my Influencer Inc. account connected there. Now I'm going to go into my library up here, and if I go down and filter this by account, under Influencer Inc., I've got nothing. I've got nothing showing up in my library because I haven't added anything yet. So now I'm going to click on this Add New Content button. and I'm going to check Influencer Inc. That means that this content is going to get posted to Influencer Inc. and only on Influencer Inc. and not all my other profiles at the same time. And I'm going to create a new category. Actually, looks like I need to go over to categories. So let's go over to categories, create that first. I'm going to create a new category, and it's going to be video content for Influencer Inc. And no, I don't want to include that when I'm selecting random content to post. So I'm going to save that category. And now I'm going to go back to Influencer Inc. Let's see if it shows up there. No, I'm going to have to refresh the page. Okay, so now I'm refreshing the page. I'm going to check Influencer Inc. There, I've got video content Influencer Inc. So that's the category. And I'm just going to put this tweet in there that I already put in there. So how to get started as an influencer today by Josh Steinley. There's the YouTube video. Maybe I'll take off that marketing hashtag, and I'm going to add Influencer Inc. because that is the hashtag I'm creating that I'm going to get trending for Influencer Inc., for the Influencer Inc. community. All right, so that's it. And then I say save to library. So now, if I go back to my library and I click on Influencer Inc. down here, the Influencer Inc. Twitter account, then I'm going to see, hey, there it is. It shows up in my library. Now, if I go to my queue, the queue is different than the library. The library has all of your content in it. The queue shows you actually when it's going to post. So I go back to the queue, and again, I'm going to filter by just Influencer Inc. And, well, it's not showing up yet. So this is where the content that you add to Edgar is going to show up once you've got it queued and it's all set up to go. Now, the reason it's not showing up is because I haven't set up a schedule for this yet. So let's go over here to schedule, and I'm going to set this up. And so here, I've already got my time slots here for all my other accounts, but I'm going to filter this down to just Influencer Inc. and the Twitter account. So this is set up for the Hong Kong time zone. So let's say I want this to post on the East Coast time zone. So that's going to be about 3 a.m. Hong Kong time. So I'm going to set up a post here. It's going to be for the Influencer Inc. Twitter account. Monday at 3 a.m. It's going to grab content from video content Influencer Inc. And there, every week on Monday at 3 a.m. Hong Kong time, it's going to post whatever content is in the library for the Influencer Inc. Twitter account for that category, the video content category. Now if I go back to my queue and I filter by Influencer Inc., the Twitter account, there, now we see, okay, January 2nd, it's going to post that tweet. January 9th, a week later, it's going to do it again. It only shows me the queue for the next 2 weeks. So now I can set that up for every day. I can have 10 posts going out a day on Twitter, and that's what I'm going to do, is I want to post a lot of content because I know most people are not seeing that content, and I want a lot of content there. So I'm going to set up Edgar so that it's posting a lot of content every day while I sleep, so that people who are in my audience, who are awake when I'm sleeping, can get the content they want, can see that content, benefit from it, and that helps me with everything I'm doing. So that's how you use Edgar to produce content and get it out there. Not produce content, but get it out there when you want it.